All right, I think we are live. Don't know if I see any the other stream. I don't think I do. Is he gonna pop a stream? I don't think he is. All right, welcome everyone to round 5. The Netherlands. Here's Zandvoort. Let's see what we have in store today. There's not an F1 tag. Guess we're doing that here. Right, put that in the F1 announcement then. I don't even know if audio's around. But we're about to head in anyway, so I need to put the stream up. But I wonder what's going to happen today then. I wonder what's going to happen in this one. About 4 seconds until we head to the track. Zandvoort, very twisty, flowy track for certain. And I assume people are going to be a little bit... Oh, it's raining. Oh, it's raining! Oh, that's going to throw a spanner in the works. I was about to say people are going to be fairly low in terms of their... fairly high, sorry, in terms of their setups, in terms of what they get for cornering. And now it's raining. You might be cranking that up just a little bit further. Alright, let's see who's going to be the first one out then. Everyone just getting ready for their setups and everything like that. Who is going to be the first one out onto the track? It looks like we are being shown out by 2 Williams drivers. The real question is which of the Williams drivers got out first. There you go, you can see it landing on the track now. Landing properly on the track. We are definitely in intermediate weather then. Let's see. It's going to be everyone on an intermediate tyre, surely. Yep, it is. So, two of the 5 racers, sorry, have now had a wet qualifying of some description. We'll see if the first one played out like the second one. This is a very heavy rain, though, in terms of what that track looks like right now. It's going to be wet for a while. Can everyone hear me all right? Yeah, alright. Beautiful. We're around the final corner here then with Nikita as we go to the line to start the very first lap of the night on the intermediate tyres. Let's see what Nikita can do here. Idling just a little bit on that rear end already. Just a little bit loose. We go through turn 1, then turn 2. We've got yellow flags in sector 3 as people start to fight their way for position. Just give themselves a little bit of breathing room on the lap. Oh, we're currently watching with the Williams driver. 27.5 is the very first lap time on the board. Well, very first sector time on the board. We'll see if anyone is going to be able to improve on that in a split second. 18 people on the track today. 2 Red Bulls, 2, actually 1. Oh no, 2 Alpines. They're currently the championship leaders in terms of the constructors. Still currently up by about 8 points in the drivers. From Jishnu in the Mercedes. And we've got 2 Mercedes there on the track as well today. So we've got Nikita there through 2 sectors. What we're going to watch through the third, that looked a little bit wobbly out of the second and last corner there. Nose was pointed a little bit too far to the inside. Let's see what the point is. It's a 19.7. 19.7. We'll go on board with Posey, because that's the McLaren. I'll be on board directly in front of him. Owen did a 20.4. Bloodwave 20.0. 18.4 for BR4. And said it's a 19.2 for Posey. 18.8 for Redstone. We are just going through the group at the moment here. Everyone's just trying to put up a time. Bloodwave's time was not impressive. Neither was Mitchell's. Only a 19.7. No, 19.8, sorry. Put him into 7th. Steger did 18.6. That currently puts him into 2nd. Jaguar 19.3. Good enough for 5th. Lars only did a 20.2. That's not really good enough for anything. Yarlow 21.8 needs to go again. Nakuz to 20.3. Good enough for 11th. Jishnu. We're going to get a pretty good watch here, Jishnu. Right beside Estelle in the championship right now. 27.1 through the first sector. Going to be interested to see if he can close that gap down today. Don't forget, after today, there's only 3 more rounds. After this one, to try and decide some champions. The yellow flag in sector 2. That's just one of the kick salvers getting in the way. Oh, getting out the way, rather, of people. As we go through the second sector, 55.2 for Jishnu. I'm not entirely sure if he was impacted at all in the middle of the lap. Going to get some slipstream down the back straight, though. That's what he's going to get from the kick salver. There's a pit stop coming in for someone. Or not, actually, they're just going to let them through. And that's Jishnu at 18.7. 18.7 there for Jishnu. Noble Garter is the next one without a time, so that's the person we'll go to next. Currently following through a Racing Bull to the line. It looked like that was Mitchell and, I don't know if it was Mitchell, but it was definitely Noble Garter in the Alpine in a 19.5. That's good enough for 10th at this point in time. The next Mercedes is coming round to the line. That'll be Monster Cat, who is about to pit. Invalidated lap there. What about BR4? BR4 is currently in the final sector. He's currently a 10th and a half up as well. We've got to the line he goes. BR4 looking to improve on the 18.4. Will do with an 18.0. Oh, and there goes the Williams in front of us. I think that, yeah, there's only Malk who's in the pit lane, well, in the pit wall, shall I say. The entrance to turn 1, Redstone gets a little too shallow. Somehow manages to keep it going on the curb. 18.6 for him so far. Steger on a lap as well. Don't know whether or not this will be a flying lap or not. Going around, I think that's going to be Stell the next to the line. It is Stell. 18.7 goes ahead of Jishnu. That's 1 and 2 in the championship right now. Williams is going to have to get out the way of a few people here. Steger's 2.4 seconds down. What about BR4 as we go through the second sector? Is there going to be anybody up on this lap? BR4, not even close. What about Redstone? He's coming through this second sector now. Is he going to improve on his 18.6? No, he's down as well. Still a second down. See what Jishnu is doing into the end of the second sector. He is currently half a second up. Okay, we may have a ball game here between Jishnu and BR4. Is he going to be able to keep it going in the final sector? Improving at a rapid pace right now. Needs to find an extra couple attempts to get himself on provisional pole position. Goes to the line. 17, 18, 18, 3, 0, 6. It's good enough for second. Still quite the way off the lead. Steger's going again now. Mitchell just did an 18.6. That puts him up into 6th. A Racing Bull and a Red Bull car coming toward the line. One of them pits, the other one does not. Scaldy just comes to start his lap then. So he hasn't actually done any lap at all. So we will go and actually stick with him. On the intermediate tyres right now. It's still very much raining on the track. Also keep an eye out on Steger, who's currently the furthest forward green dot. Like Kick Sauber, trying to respond to Jishnu and to BR4. There's a few issues already happening in this lap for Scaldy by the looks of things. Did not look clean in the second sector. That looks even less clean there. Out the final corner in the second sector in 55.6 right now. Through 2 sectors. We'll see if he's got anything left in the tank to try and get himself out of this last couple of positions. Nisa has left the session. That's not a good sign. Scaldy is a little bit loose on the final corner as well. Round to the line, 19.8, good enough for 16th. Steger, not entirely sure what the plan is for Steger at this point. See if there's going to be anything to do with a quicker time being set here. Definitely doesn't look like that's going to be the case when Steger, yeah, he's out the way for the Haas driver. That's Redstone currently out on his lap. That Monster just did an 18.6. Jaguar, halfway through the sector, he is not really putting anything up. Okay, he's in the first sector. He's currently half a second up or so. We will stay with him. 0.4 of a second right now. Put him into the top 4. That would be a massive move if he can get this one. Up into the top 4 at Zandvoort. Not sure if it'll be raining in the actual race or not. He's currently purple through 2 sectors. 0.6 of a second up now. 18.3 on the card. This could be good enough for a top 2. Is there going to be enough in this final sector to keep going? To the line, 18.2. It's good enough for 3rd. Good enough for 3rd there from Nikita. BR4 might be on a mad one. Monster Cat 17.6. So the track is just starting to speed up just a little bit because BR4 did a 17.5. So we have a couple of people who need to step it up a little bit. I think Scaldy just crossed the line there. Oh, that might have been Scaldy or Yala. They both not long since improved. But they were got Noble Garter. I think there was over the line. Yeah, 18.0 up in the 3rd. And that's Redstone Joe just starting his lap. And Mitchell as well. And then a Williams driver. We're currently watching on board with Stell. See if Stell got anything left in the tank. McLaren getting out of the way of people in Sector 1. Same going for the Kick Sauber. There's a sector marker there for Stell. Didn't quite get to see what it was. There we go. To the line goes Stell. Not entirely sure what's happening with the McLaren. Stell 17-8. Good enough for third now then. Finn Bloodway just started his lap. We will go to one of the Red Bulls because they are the closest to the line. Yarlow right now 3 seconds quicker, 3 seconds slower. They isn't going to do anything on this lap. We'll get a second shot this then. Jaguar will be about to start his flying lap. So are we going to Redstone? Is it Redstone next? It is Redstone next. Is there an improvement here for Redstone? It might look like it. It's a 17-9. That's good enough for fourth. It's about a tenth behind Stell. About 4 tenths off the rest of the top two. Mitchell did a 17-8 there. Half a tenth split. Well, he literally went pretty much straight into the middle of 3 and 5 there. Take fourth on the grid for now. Join back. Nice, sir. You should still have the invite from earlier. I don't know if I've got the ability to invite you. Hopefully I do. No, I don't. I don't think I do. I don't think that's an issue. Yeah, I think if you still got the invite, it should still let you back. That's an invalidated lap there from the Haas that we're currently watching on board with. Let's go to the only Ferrari on the grid now then. With Jaguar coming to the line. 18-7 was his last lap. 18-0 is his next one. Up into 8th he goes. There's Noble Gato up, well, down by half a second. And we kick into the Aston Martins. Lars to the line now. 18-9 was his past lap. It's now an 18-8. He needs to do a lot better than that. Steger with a 17-0. That's a really good lap there. Mitchell about to do a lap himself, but he was comfortably down. So, Steger and Bloodwave looking to try and stamp an authority here. 1 and 4 so far. They're beating both the Alpines. We'll see if there's anything in this. I don't think there is. I think this is Mitchell just getting ready for one more. We're going to go to the front. Steger is slowing down as well. So what is Jaguar doing? So if you're on a lap now, you're... Well, if you're out the pits now, this is your last run. Yeah, this and one more, but you only have the battery for run one competent lap. That didn't look too great there from Jaguar. Everyone's just starting to cross the line now to start theirs. The last real lap. I think that Red Bull in the third sector. Oh, there goes Yarlow. No, it's Scalesy, sorry. That's the end of his qualifying then. He is certainly not getting back out. Is that Mitchell coming to the line now then? It is Mitchell coming to the line, so he's going to get the chance for one of this is going to be his final lap then. Everyone else should get over the line. Is it Jishnu next? It is not Jishnu. He's currently down. BR4, not sure if he's in much better position. That's Monster Cat starting his lap. BR4 currently about 3.5 tenths up actually, so he might be in just enough of a position to beat Steger here. Steger's in the pit, so his qualifying is over. Retired from the session, 17-0. Is that going to be enough? BR4 rounding the final corner. Is he going to do it? He's going to at least try. He is going to beat him. 16-7 for BR4. Well, that now quite begs the question. For the guys directly behind him, Mount Mitchell's in the gravel. Are you going to be able to beat that BR4 time now? Nikita did a 17-9. He's up in the 7th. Posey not really doing much or anything, but should get one more run at this. Now we'll go to the card that are about to finish. So starting with Montecat, because he was in a pretty good position. Is he going to have enough to challenge BR4 here? The Haas off the track, the Aston Martin off the track. Has he got Montecat to the line? 17-0. Is it good enough to... It is good enough to beat Steger. Isn't good enough to beat BR4. Stell, only good enough for 4th. Bloodwave then beats him straight back. We've got, I think that's Yarlo to the line now. 18-8. All the way to a 17-6. That's good enough for 6 for Yarlo, but then beaten out by Noble Garter. And Jishnu only good enough for 4th. 17-2. BR4 into the pits. Quite very much calling it a day there. Owen has decided not to speed up to the line. And that leaves us with just Posey to go then, I'm pretty sure. Currently up on his time. Might be out of fuel, actually. That's slightly annoying for him, because if he had done any sort of quicker time, he would have jumped the Ferrari. And frankly, an extra 10th, and he would have started in the top 10 there, but not to be. So it's BR4 and Monstercat on the front row, and then Steger and Jishnu on the second row. Mercedes versus Kick Sauber with a sprinkle of BR4. Admittedly, it is getting just a little bit creepy now. But how accurate it how accurate the me winning to to things happening in real life ratio is at this point. It's definitely getting a little bit creepy now. It looks like that's dry. So we're going to be in the dry at Zandvoort then. All right, let's see if we've got a what's going to happen here at the front. It's taking the people a little bit of a while right now to actually get themselves their setups changed, but I guess that's because we're going from rain to dry. We're about to get going then. We are about to get going. Formation lap underway in the Netherlands. So BR4. Let's have a little quick look at the tyres here we've got here. BR4 on the mediums, Monster Cat on the hards, so alternate strategies at the front of the grid. Then you got Steger and Jishnu on the mediums. Hards for Bloodwave in 5th, and Stella and Noble 6th and 7th on mediums. Yarlow in 8th on the soft tyres. We know Yarlow's entire motto at this point is just to exist for long enough. And everyone else around you will start crashing out. You know, Mitchell and Hards behind him, Nikita on mediums in 10th, Redstone and Jaguar 11th and 12th on the hard tyres, Posey in 13th on the mediums, and the rest off the grid, all on the hard tyres to start with. I can imagine this race won't be very shy of, well, safety cars, pretty much. Yeah, I personally think we're going to get a lot of yellow flags, a lot of safety cars around here. People are going to lose a little bit of traction here and there. They'll certainly do a number by the end of this one. Here we go. We're just getting ready to go now then. Everyone just starting to come up to the line. Alright, we're currently watching on board with Yellow, but we will go to the front. Jishnu got disqualified, Scaldy got disqualified. Not sitting there in grid spots correctly. We'll get ready to go right now then. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. It's lights out, away we go, being held for a while there. Let's see who's got the best reaction time to that. It doesn't look like the answer is Jishnu. He had a poor start. Into turn 1 we go. Monster Cat still ahead of Steger, but I don't think that's going to last too much longer. Steger on the outside, then 2 are going to come together. Steger stays alive, but Monster Cat does not. Monster Cat is round already. People fighting for positions left, right and centre. Yarlow and Noble Gata are 2 of them. Bloodwave also got jumped by Stell at the start, so good start for the championship leaders. Imagine it's not going to be too kind words from a couple of people at the start there. We've got Noble Gata fighting it with Nikita there. Nikita trying to go around the long way, having to suffer in the process, so snapping the car as well. I might allow for Mitchell to take a look or two. We head down into the end of the second sector. That looked a little bit snappy there from Noble Gata. Just about keeps it together. I've lost a little bit of touch now to Yarlow in 6th. Yarlow pitting off lap 1. 36 laps here at Zandvoort, and Yarlow has pit on the very first one. That's going to get very interesting very quickly, I think. There we go, Purple's first sector there for BR4, and then for Steger, and still Steger as we head through the second sector now. 8/10 of a second currently split BR4 and Steger. A little bit different from last week. Steger was involved in winning at Silverstone, so looking to go back to back. We've got yellow flags in sector 2. Who is it? And have they got damage? It looked like it was Redstone. The car looked intact. I think he may have just got away with it. Fair enough. Also, Bloodwave has well and truly bottlenecked the rest of the grid. The top 4 are gone. We are going to have two very different races here. The top four are in on their own. And then we're going to have the rest. As we look here with Bloodwave and Stel. With that Stel, that Noble Garter. That's Noble Garter, sorry. The wrong Alpine. Oh, a couple of cars there just losing the traction into the corner. That was almost disastrous. Oh, and Malk is now pitted. Yellow has pit as well. We've got to stop there for the Red Bull. So, we've got Bloodwave who's just having a bit of a mare here. And we've also got the front four that are all within a second. So it's BL4 from Steger, from Jishnu, from Stel. And then you've got Bloodwave, Noble, Garter, Nikita. All three of them are there and thereabouts. And then the rest off the grid. Pretty much to the back of Jaguar. So I'm now very intrigued at seeing how the strategy is going to play out. Don't think Scalesy pit. Yalo and no one did. Oh, that didn't look... Is he going to get overtaken here? I think Bloodwave is to the inside. He gets him. Well, one of them gets him. Nikita might look to the inside of turn 2. But now around the outside of the banking here and does finally get past the kick Sauber. That was made to look a lot harder than it needed to be. But still, the Williams have got through. And the bottleneck is just starting to open up now. The only issue for Noble Garter and Nikita is that you are now a mile and a half away from the rest of civilization. You're gonna have to get something. You're gonna have to get something going pretty quickly. Right now, it doesn't look like they are. 3.6 seconds behind Noble Garter's teammate Stel, the current championship leader, who is just stuck there fourth. And it looks like Steger and BL4 are going at it. A little bit of contact between the two there. BL4 is going to hold on. We have a yellow flag in sector 3. I'm not sure who it is. I think it may have been Nakuta. Yeah, he literally doesn't have a front wing anymore. Definitely Nakuta then. Who got it wrong? Scaled in the pit now as well. BL4 just picked up a little bit of grass on the left-hand side there. These front four have well and truly got away. Looks like Jishnu has managed to pull back within the second, so those four are a train once again. And you've got Nikita and you've got Noble Garter just clear of Bloodwave and the group behind him. All the way back to Nicer in 12th. Monster Cat had the issue with Steger at the start. Him and Redstone at the back legitimately right now. And the four behind them have all pit up to this point. We now entered lap 6 of 36. Here we go, around the outside goes Steger. Can he hold it? Couldn't last lap. He's going to get pushed all the way onto the grass this time. That was BL4 shutting the door, making sure he holds on to the lead for as long as he could. They held it to the end of the first sector here. Nicer got past Posey, who might have a slight bit of an issue now. Just dropping heavily off the back of Nicer. Maybe a little bit of damage, maybe a mistake, not sure what caused it. That's dropped off quite handedly. Is Monster Cat going for this? I feel like Monster Cat probably has to go for this, admittedly. After how it started, he's going to have to work his way back through the grid again. We are going to go back to the front of said grid with BL4, Steger, Jishnu and Stel, which is your, what, 4 of your top 5 in the championship, I believe? Might actually be your top 4 in the championship, actually. Look at this, Steger again. Round the outside of BR4 again. He's a lot more alongside this time. BR4 has a little bit of struggle on the traction. And Steger hits the lead. That is a good move there from Steger. Noble Gotter and Nikita just switching places as well. 5th and 6th right now. You've got 7th through 11th. Actually, may even include 12th and 13th now. And 14th for good measure. In that train behind. So, if you're Nikita and you're Noble, you're in a very good position here for what you're usually seeing. I don't really think there'll be a lot of cars able to catch up to him. We will see. We go around the final corner now. BR4's got to get a little bit of a run on Steger. He wants to take that lead back. He's got to run. He's going to the inside. He's down the inside. He might get switchbacked. He's going to get switchbacked to at least an attempt here. Those two are coming wheel banging side to side through turn 2. And BR4 takes the lead of the race. Monster Cat and Posey at the back, fighting it out for 13th, and it looks like Monster Cat has got past him. Yeah, top 4, right where they want to be. Nikita's still fighting with Noble Gotter for now. The Jaguar half a second away of Bloodwave, then Mitchell after that. Large and Nicer as well, who has a little bit of a gap to Redstone, his teammate. Redstone coming under fire from Monster Cat and Posey. Yolo's had a lot of time to himself if he can put in a couple of good laps. You never know here. There we go, Nikita and Noble Gotter again. These two are just going back and forth every time we hit the straight. Nikita back up into 5th. A long way though. Long way away from anyone in front of him. Also, Jaguar is under heavy fire now. In for 7th. It doesn't look like much has happened there for Bloodwave. He dropped off actually fairly significantly over that first sector. Posey now dropped off the back of Monster as well. We are going to go back to the front. Good camera angle here. Let's see if we can get one from Steger. Right round the final corner, nice camera angle to see if Steger can go for it. He's using it. He's going to the outside. BR4 goes deep. Try and stick up with him. But his exit's not going to be as good. They go through turn 1, now turn 2 and 3. And Steger is back in front. Nice, well worked move there from Steger. We'll see if there's going to be anything of a return from BR4. Nikita's still ahead of Noble Gotter. Nothing has changed further down the grid either. Monster Cat, I think, has got past Redstone now as well. Posey's trying to get himself back involved in these two. It's interesting to see Yalo continuously get that little bit closer each lap with a lot of the free air. I'm very intrigued to see if that two-stop is going to benefit him at all. Up 11 of 36 here then. Almost a third of the way through. Around the outside now. Good. Attempted by Jishnu anyway. not got. And Jishnu is just going to have to be a little bit more patient. And if you're in the position of Steger, you might be loving this. Not only are you gaining on everyone else, you're gaining quite substantially. Jishnu is in third, Stealth in fourth. That's a 10-point deficit going in Steger's favor right now. Even BR4, who's about 14 points off the lead, gaining 6 on the championship leader right now. Gonna be very close by the end of this one. Let's see. So we're right at the back. We've got Nicer, we've got Lars, Mitchell, and Bloodway there fighting for 8th because Jagger has managed to break away. Is Steger going to hold on against BR4? BR4 to the inside. Deep again, almost takes the entire front wing of Steger with him. And they've come wheel to wheel again. A little bit of wheel banging. BR4, they've come together properly now. And BR4 drops down behind Jishnu. He might have damage. He does have damage. He's missing an end plate. BR4 is missing an end plate, and that is going to be crucial. That is unfortunate. That is an unfortunate situation of being in there. And got kind of sorted onto the gravel, onto the grass there. Well, he is sliding all over the place now. That car is incredibly unbalanced. Maybe an early pit stop incoming. I don't know if he's got enough. Right now in this. In comes Steger. In comes BR4. No pit lane penalties for either driver. Here comes the new front wing. We got yellow flags. We've got yellow flags. Who is it? Hold on. Did Bloodway just hit the wall on the way in? Oh, there's a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane for Redstone Derp, who's out of the session. We are already 1 down. Not entirely sure what caught the yellow flag there, to be honest with you. Either way, for now, Jishnu and Stel get themselves a little bit of breathing room. Lauded off the track. Lauded off the track down there in the middle of sector 2. And a couple of drivers have just gained position as a result. There you go, Lord off the track. Now Monster and Nicer have gained as a result. Monster is trying to give Nicer just a little bit of a run for his money. Mitchell 3 seconds further up the road from there. Giving himself a little bit of a nicer gap. Needs to try and catch up to Jaguar though if he really wants to do anything. Monster breezing by. Not really contested at all there by Nicer. And there's 10 seconds of Posey as well. Ten seconds of Posey as well. Redstone didn't serve it because he was, well, out. He decided to DNF himself, so Posey going to be the only one to serve that 10 seconds. It's still going to be a wild 10 seconds to have to sit through. I expect Benevolent to be one of the somewhat longer pit lanes because of how it wraps around turn 1. Right now you've got Jishnu and Steger, and then you've got Nikita and Noble Garter. In third and fourth, the Alpine drivers are doing fairly well for themselves again at the start of this one. Lords and Steger. Steger to the inside. Steger making quick work of that one. Up into ninth goes Steger. 2 seconds behind Nicer now. The Ford's come out behind. Behind Yarlow. It's about 1.7 seconds behind Yarlow now, so he's got to get the move on. Yarlow, again, might be about to be best place, well, right place, right time. See how everyone else fares when we head toward the pit stops. I am intrigued to see whether or not there's a 2-stop coming for some. Oh, that's 10 seconds for Jishnu! The main championship rival had just thrown away a gigantic chance. The mistake he could not afford to make. And now he has a 10-second time penalty. Double guard's about to come out of the pits now. He's going to come out with what should have been a bit of a penalty for cutting there, but it is what it is. Yeah, Noble Gart had come out ahead of Bloodway by about 5 seconds, and just behind BR4. And Yarlow still good in front. Yarlow 1.4 seconds off of Stell, actually. After these two pitted later on. Jishnu needs to get a miracle or get his ass moving, one of the two. Right now he is in a bad place with that 10-second time penalty. We'll see if Jishnu's got a chance at Lars here. Give himself a little bit of a buffer to Stell potentially. Make it so that he can get a decent chunk of that 10 seconds. So that's what he's going to need. Anyway, to start here, because he is going to be a long way off otherwise. BR4 and Yarlow. BR4 might have gone slightly wide there, but he's still ahead of Yarlow regardless. Yarlow on much older tyres. We'll see if there's anything in this. We go along. Lards has been overtaken. Well, Lards is on the back of Stell now. I think they both got past Lards on the last lap. And Jishnu not getting the buffer they was hoping for. At the moment, anyway. There's still a long way to go here, though. Long way to go. We're about halfway. Surprisingly, not a lot of crashes. Not a lot of yellow flags either. Keita's now into the pits. Into the pits goes Nikita then. Jishnu just set the fastest lap of the entire race. Well, that's a great start. Also, Jishnu might be able to build a little bit of a gap here because Nicer and Stell are going to encounter each other on a not so overtaking friendly part of this track. Which means that buffer's going to increase just a little bit. BL4 is now ahead of Lars, and that broken wing is going to cost him dearly. Earlier on in this race. Realistically lost him the chance to compete for a win. And that honour will go to probably Steger now. Who's come out ahead of Jishnu by a second as well. Stell now ahead of Nicer, but it has created a 1.4 second gap for Jishnu to start to break away from. See if he's going to be able to do it. Well, that's the big question. He currently is doing it fairly well. Monster Cat and Steger fighting. It's not enough for Monster Cat as Stagger just drives on by. Yeah, fresh, a lot fresher hards for Jishnu and Stel than it is for Stagger, but they're still all pretty fresh right now. Especially if you made a pit stop, apart from Nakuta and Scalding maybe. Continue on. Jishnu, well, Monster, sorry, is right there with that Sauber. I think that's going to be the interesting part here. If they can get to the Sauber, maybe get one Mercedes past the Sauber, they can work in tandem. Try and get themselves in a position to get both of them past the Sauber. Right now, Mitchell doing a good hold-up job in the Racing Bull. I don't think it's going to last too much longer, though. Here comes Stagger to the inside on Mitchell. Quick, easy work there. Monster Cat really should have let Jishnu go. You're trying to buy him as much of that 10 seconds as you possibly can. We'll see if there's going to be any way that Jishnu can actually break that gap. I don't think it is going to be likely in any scenario, but I mean, it could still be doable. BR Ford has got past nicer current gap there. What happened to Jishnu? Wait, what happened to Jishnu? He's down in 8th. Missed it entirely there. But he was off the track, so that's not going to be good news for him. With his 10-second time penalty as well, that's going to catapult him back down the order. Wow. Oh, down the inside goes Jishnu, and he gets one of those places back straight away. 10 seconds for speed in the pit lane for Mitchell. I don't think he might be the only one that got that. He is. So he can tag to the list with Jishnu now. Nubo and Nikita right beside each other. Lars also here. The real question with Lars is how his ties compared to the rest. Oh, he's 20 laps on the hard. That might be why he's still here. But long on the hard to get himself onto the mediums at the end. Guess he's just praying for a safety car right now. If Lars got a safety car right now, he would be absolutely in it. Not sure. He's going to get it though. No one's really close enough. Everyone's already started to spread out in this race. Stealth left. Oh, that's not good. I think Stealth just disconnected. He has. See the ghosted car. That is an awful time to do that. Lars is now in the pits. He's rejoined. I think he's going to get away with it. I don't know. BR4 is closing in quite rapidly. He's got to get Rico. He's got to get control of this car again. Otherwise, that's going to happen. BR4 drives on by. Pastel and Jishnu's going to do the same. There you go. Jishnu on through into 4th now as well. Yakuza into the pits. About to be almost lapped. You can see Stegger going over the line now. Only half a corner behind lapping Owen Mount. So Stel actually has control of his car again now, but he's lost 2 positions in the process. Rough go of that. Nice has been disconnected now. Mitchell just at the fastest lap of the entire race. Unfortunately, he's got a 10-second time penalty to go with it. You can see that white and blue racing ball there in the top 8. He's got a 10-second time penalty to serve. Whether it be in this race or at the end of it, that's still going to be quite the distance to cover up. If there's a safety car here, he's going to end at the back. That's going to be a very interesting scenario then. Coming up. We'll see if anything arises from it. Right now, we've only got Noble Garter in any sort of battle. Jishnu and BL4 actually as well. Jishnu looking to go around the outside, much like Stell did earlier on. Into turn 2 and into turn 3, and BL4 holds on. You can now see the blue and pink of the Alpine behind. That means Stell will get brought into this very quickly. Can imagine that BR4 would like to use Jishnu as a little bit of a barrier and try and get those two to fight rather than them to fight him. Fortunately, I think he might be fighting a losing battle in that regard. They'll try and focus on breaking that gap. He's got over half a tenth. The issue is every time he breaks a little bit further away, there's a straight to bring it a lot closer. Much like the one he's about to enter into. After these two final corners, as we head on to lap 25 of 36, with Steger 5 seconds in the lead, we've got a yellow flag. Scales is out, but he's out in the pit lane. Nothing's going to change there. BR4 trying to stop Stell going through. Stell outspun the car. Noble Car has got through on Nikita. Well then, Jishnu up in the second as well. A lot happened in a very small amount of time there. We'll have to keep our eye out on things then. We continue on. There's still only 5 cars within overtaking range and 3 of them are on your screen. Actually, it's not even 3. It's probably not even 5. It's probably only 3 at this point. Monster and Yarlow too far away to really do anything. So this is effectively the only battle we've got on the track. This is Noble Garter. Wonder if there's going to be anything to this. Go down the inside here. Oh, we're not actually going to go because BR4's too far back. The BR4's too far back, so Jishnu's just going to hang in and see how much he can gain. 4.2 on Noble Garter. We're talking about 5.3 on Noble Garter right now. 10-second penalty would be actually only good enough to drop him down to 7th. That's going to have to be a very... That would be a... not the worst. We've got a yellow flag again. It's Bloodway, but he's out in the pit lane this time. So we're now down 3 drivers here. And one of the kick salvers, that's a massive one because they were fighting for a Constructors' Championship here. That may have just taken a massive hit given the fact that Noble Garter and Stella 4 and 5th. I wonder if there's going to be anything that happens in the next few laps here. The yellow flags have now disappeared. Gap has come down between Jishnu and Steger. It's not come down an awful lot. Nowhere near enough, but it is coming down. Monster Cat might finally be within a shout. He's now within 9/10 of a second, so he's going to have a go at Mitchell at the end of the next lap. If he chooses to wait that long. McLaren is right up the back of the Mercedes right now here at the front. Actually, so is Stell for good measure. Up 0.3 of a second here on BR4. Wonder if there's going to be anything in this for Stell. Maybe pull a little bit closer to Jishnu. One thing to show, Jishnu is not creating too much of a gap. That 3.5 second gap that was between him and Steger has now gone over 4. Let's have a look at what Nikita and then what Noble Cat and Mitchell are doing. To the inside goes Monster Cat. And he gets himself up into 8th, but he hit the grass! He just about kept it alive. He's actually held the position as well. I wonder if he should have had a little bit more slide deck. He definitely went all over that grass. Might got a little bit saved by the fact that he didn't fully brake on it, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. However, being able to do that in turn 1 and only being an attempt down on your fastest lap is fairly impressive. Lap 28 of 36. We're about to head on to lap 29 of 36 here with Steger in the lead. And there's going to be an awful lot of fighting left, I don't think, in this one. These guys are going to potentially trade positions as they continue to go. It won't be down into turn 1 though. BR4 looked for it for a split second, but had just gone a little bit too deep. Taking a little bit too long to make that decision. Mitchell now into the pits. He's going to serve his 10 seconds now then. Oh, no, never mind. No, he's not. He's going to retire from the session. And Mitchell's out, so we're down 4. We are down 4 drivers. Let's see what you just said there. 80% wear and 10 laps on mediums, yeah? Gotta find a way to save the tyres, Bloodwave. You got a teammate that seems to be fairly good at it. We've got a yellow flag out on the track in sector 1. Is that Nakusa? No, it's Mitchell's car and it's waved away. So we're down 4 drivers. 18th, 17th, 16th, 15th. They've all DNF from this race. They had some pretty big names in it. Nikita and Noble got it down towards turn 1. And Nikita has got up ahead of the Alpine. About 6 more laps to defend. Probably going to be at least another 2 changes in that time. See how they're going to bide their time this time. Yellow in the points again. Really an impressive run, to be honest with you. Again, Stell and BL4 just aren't getting close enough to Jishnu to really do anything here. And Jishnu is closing the gap in on Steger, but again, it ain't enough. You need a Steger mistake, realistically, to make this interesting. I don't really know if that is going to happen, though. Safety car could also be interesting at this point as well. Bring everyone a little bit closer. Noble got her again. And Nikita this time to the inside, trying to make it work. Trying to defend the position, not able to do it. And these two are going to go back and forth the entire rest of this race. It's going to be a case of who can bide their time the best between those two. Or is it? I think Nikita just made a gigantic error. An error that cost him at least 9/10 of a second there. And he dropped all the way out the seconds, and no DRS for him now, and I think Noble has got away with a lucky break. That means all eyes squarely on this one. I think Steger's also had a bit of an issue as well. Actually caught up with the rest of the pack, so Steger's actually got through the lapped cars between Posey and Owen. So Steger's got through that, but in 2.6 seconds now, that gap. The lap cars should probably be ghosted, so if they are willing to try and take this, they can cut that gap from 2.4 all the way inside 2 seconds potentially. With about 4 laps to go. That could get very interesting very quickly. Fortunately for Jishnu, that 10-second time penalty is going to really be a shot in the foot at this point. 2.2 seconds. There goes Jishnu on one of the lapped cars. Lazar's pit again. There goes Jishnu on the second of the lapped cars. BR4 starting to make his way through. His teammates the car in front. There's another Stell at the back there. 2.1 seconds now. Splits Jishnu and Steger. Yellow flag in sector 2 of the Mercedes. And that's Monster Cars in the wall. He kept it going. And through goes Nicer up into the top 9. So Monster Car again throwing away a little bit more points here. I just thought you can see the difference in the line there. Stell gets really tight up and personal with that apex. The other two don't. That gap is now within 2 seconds. That gap is now within 1.8 seconds. And it's shrinking rapidly. I wonder if we're going to have any sort of drama in this. I don't know, because Steger just gained a little bit of time. Jishnu needs to get the lines right now. That's certainly what he did not do there through that corner. There's no more distractions here. So it's just a case of whether or not Jishnu's got the pace. And as of right now, it does not look like he does. We go round the final corner. Jishnu got enough in the tank to bring this down just a little bit. 1.8, 1.7 now between Steger and Jishnu. BL4 gets a little bit awkward there in turn 1. Posey is retired from the session, but he retired in the pit, so we're now down 5. Wonder if there's going to be... I don't think there's going to be anything left in this, to be honest with you. I think Stegen's going to hold on. There's only 2.5 laps after this. I don't see it. He is continuously catching him, obviously. And then he does something like that, locks the car, and now we just gain an extra 10th again. That time had to actually come off just a little bit there into the final sector. It's within 1.5 seconds for the first time since the start of the race, effectively. Steger is just being caught ever so slightly by Jishnu. The problem is for Steger is that if he can if Jishnu gets within a second, he's going to bring BR4 with him. He's now within, well within. Oh, was, and then he broke too heavily into the banking, and now what would give it a 10th back is no longer a 10th back. It's 0.6 of a second between Jishnu and Steger. Absolutely flying right now. Jishnu is still going to end well into the top 6 potentially, maybe 7th at worst. I don't know if Steger's going to win this on track anymore. Jishnu's got a real shot here, and all that's going to do is bring BR4 into this. The actual win of the race in the final lap. This is going to be close. Both drivers are now, well, all three drivers are now within a second of each other. And here comes the slipstream kicking in. Steger's under fire. Steger's going to be overtaken. Or is he? Round the outside. Is Steger with Jishnu on the inside. And Steger holds on. That is massive for Steger. If he did not hold on to that, Jishnu got in front of him, he would have been really susceptible to BR4. I think he may have, with that turn 1 defense, just won himself the race. There's no more places to overtake now, so realistically I think he has just about got over the line, made it look a lot harder than it needed to again. But I don't think Steger cares somehow. DRS is gonna kick in, but this chair is far too short to really force the issue. And that'll be that. All 4 cars about a second away. Jishnu's got a 10-second time penalty, so your other 3 cars are going to be the podium. But with 1 corner to remain, and then round it to the line, the Kick Sauber again has won in the Netherlands. And it's back-to-back for Steger. Wins in Silverstone, wins in the Netherlands, and he gets himself a real standing in this championship now. BL4 gets second, Stell gets third, Nikita gets fourth, Jaguar fifth, Jishnu sixth, Noble got and all 3 of these guys really close together in the end. And then Yarlo in 8th, Neisser in 9th. Lodz and Montecat right now are battling this out to see who gets on the final points place. In reality, Montecat should not have had an issue with this. He might get the drag race to the line, and Lodz are just about held on for the final point. Montecat 11th, Nakusa 12th, and Owen 13th. Wow. We almost had a couple of grandstand finishes there. Fair play. In the end, to Steger, who wins back-to-back and is trying to single-handedly keep Sauber in this one, in the constructors as well. It's a Dutch from the Swede, from the Greek, on the podium here. The home race won by a home favourite. There you go. Are we going to get any sort of showing of the grid ended? Apparently we're not. Nope, we're not. It's fine. I didn't want to see the final one anyway. I think Stell may still have... Actually, I don't even think he does have standing in the championship anymore. I think Steger may have just overtaken the championship lead. That's going to be really close. It's going to come. We're going to have a bunch of massive races coming up. There's 3 to the end of the season, and each of them are going to be as big as the next. But with that being said, I've been Pyro. This has been F1 Tier 1, Season 17, Round 5. I'll see you guys same time, same place next week for Round 6. Peace.